Hi, welcome to the Between Femmes podcast. We're Michaela,
Jane,
Agnay,
and Coco, and we're yapping about what it's like to live with endometriosis.
No medical advice, just real experiences.
Let's get into it.
So hi, you guys look good.
Hi.
So I did have an idea for today, but it's not going to work now that Ugna's not joining.
Oh, was she not
were you
joining? I thought she
thinking?
was taking a 45-minute nap and then popping in.
No, I said to her, don't worry about it because, if you have a fever, it's not really the best moment to do this.
Okay.
So I was like, well, it's fine. We'll do it another time because I know that she had her hospital checkup, I think yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And because of our, sometimes when we do chats, I get an idea of okay, we need to stop chatting. We need to have that in the pod.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what happened when she was talking about preparing for her meeting. I thought it was super interesting because, when she was talking about being anxious and how to prepare and what to say, and we all had this whole thing where we were talking about our own experiences. And then I realized that is so valuable already. I think so many people can identify with that. And also different processes, right? Because I'm being checked. Ugna is trying to figure out what she wants to do next. I think Coco, you're the same. So, and Jane, you're in your situation.
I've just given up hope. I've just completely given up hope. I mean, that's the reality of the situation. I'm like, why? What next?
Jane, it sounds like we're kind of in maybe the same place of just experiencing just medical burnout and being like, well, what the fuck can you do? I'll just do it myself. So I think
exactly.
It's just it's so interesting. And I was talking with my therapist about this yesterday that I'm like, none of us are born in the same country. None of us are born in the same year. We have such similar experiences in being gaslit by the medical field and going down becoming our own physicians, essentially, to learn what is happening, how to advocate for it, how to almost be defensive in a way if doctors are going to be well, I think it's this, and it's usually tied to some ancient reason of hysteria realistically, and us being yeah, no, it's hey, it's not a yeast infection, it's a cyst rupture. Hey, it's not fucking chlamydia. It's my organs fusing together. So I feel like that frustration is a very globally felt frustration. I was like, it's just so interesting how we never would have met in life otherwise. We're all in different careers, we're different everything, and yet we have this strong, similar shared experience of trying to navigate the medical system as a woman. Just being oh, if it's your uterus, it's all in your head.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Why are we still classifying this as an OB-GYN issue when it's so clearly a full body issue? There's starting to be, I don't know if this is global or just Canada, but starting to be some conversations around recategorizing endo as a disease similar to cancer because it produces its own estrogen, it metastasizes, it affects multiple organ systems. And I feel that's going to be what it takes in order for it to be taken seriously, or cis men need to start being diagnosed with it. And then all of a sudden there's going to be a cure like that. There's going to be a treatment that's non-invasive. There's going to be all these pieces that are oh my God, we need to take this seriously. But I was when was the earliest documented case of endo? Probably in the fucking 1700s.
Oh, yeah.
And it was called heavy womb, and it was all of these other things that were just so clearly a woman's problem. But it's so frustrating. And I feel sharing in that frustration is really healthy and important. And also being able to talk about it with other women is healthy and important, because I find that I feel that frustration build up. And then it's I go to sit in the specialist office and it's ugh, I just get stage fright. I'm I don't know what to say to make you believe how bad this is. And in order to be taken seriously. So I feel that's also just a very shared experience with a lot of people to be how do I tell you accurately and have you believe me about how bad this is?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's one side.
Misdiagnosis and misdiagnosis after misdiagnosis after misdiagnosis to eventually mental health. I'm I probably have that as well, but
and how could you not? How
that's
could
what they're saying
mental
now
health
too,
not be
right?
affected, right?
It's affecting our brain, yeah,
absolutely. And it's it's
but of
changing.
course, when your hormones are unbalanced, it affects your your
Also
mental
that.
state, you know.
Yeah,
So
100%. And just like the like endo changes, like your nerve fibers. And so your
Mhm.
reception and perception of pain is so changed. And I hate for people to misinterpret that as being like, oh, it's in your head. It's like, no, pain is
Mhm.
real. Your nervous system is incredibly important in that. And having like a healthy, balanced nervous system is a helpful part of looking at treatment as a whole option. But it's not just a like, oh, well, if you're mentally well, then you're gonna be fine. It's like, no, it impacts in so many different ways, like the brain fog and then the exhaustion and then just like the like I canceled my birthday this year because I had a flare up. And it's like every time we tried to have it again, it was like worse. And I was like, hey, cancel. And it's just that takes a mental toll as well. Just
I
like
was just going to say,
navigating
and then if you
that.
cancel like a birthday party afterwards, the mental repercussions, the anxiety, the depression, the
100%. Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
cool, now what? Oh, she can't even have a birthday, you know? And it's just like, oh,
Totally.
when does this come to an end?
Yeah,
It's just like
exactly.
a reoccurring cycle, and then you go into like the state of, at least I do, whenever I cancel arrangements, that I feel guilty. So I have this
100%.
Yeah,
huge
100%.
feeling of
Mm.
guilt, you
Yes.
Yeah.
know, or like people want to go out and do things, and I don't really feel like it. Either I'm tired, so
Hmm.
maybe I don't even
Mhm.
have any pain, but then I've got complete fatigue, and I'm like,
Hmm.
Exactly.
ah, and then with that comes guilt, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
100%.
okay, and then when guilt comes eating, and
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
100%.
with
Yeah.
eating then causes a flare up, and then with
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
flare up comes
Vicious
depression,
cycle.
and it's a
Yeah.
cycle that just doesn't serve
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's tricky
and
too, because like I'm like new-ish. Like I've lived here for almost 3 years and I'm just kind of starting to let people in on my like
Mm.
health issues. And so it's also when you meet a new person or a new acquaintance, you kind of have to make this decision of like, if I'm not upfront with you, I worry that you're going to see me as a flaky friend because I will have
Yeah.
to cancel plans last minute and I might not be able to offer you a clear enough explanation of why that's going to make you feel like it's not you. And on the other hand, I don't want you to either A, feel like you always have to ask me about it, or for that to be like
Mm.
the, oh, yeah, my friend Coco has endo. It's like, no, I have a friend, Coco. She does a lot of things, and also endo is part of her life. Like, I don't want
Mm-hmm.
that to be my
The
introduction,
core
you
thing.
know?
Right.
So I
Mm-hmm.
just, like, even yesterday, we got together for a friend's birthday. I was so fucking exhausted, but I was like, we need to just make an appearance. Like, I've canceled so many things that we just, like, my new thing is like, we don't have to stay for long. We can show up for a little
Yeah.
bit, but we don't have to stay for long. But there's like friends that we're getting to know in that group and they're trying to connect, which is amazing and I love that. But they're like, oh yeah, there's this really nice hike that we love to do and like maybe we can meet
Oh,
up for a walk sometimes. And then I'm like in that awkward position of like, do you want to sit
yeah.
down and drink tea? Like, do you want to come sit on my couch? Because I'm like, okay, now I have to deal with this. Like, am I going to be perceived as lazy? Am I going to be perceived as this? But I was like,
Right.
the reality is, if I take my dog for a flat, very slow 13-minute shuffle around the block, I'll be in a flare up for 2 weeks and I won't be able to do anything other than go to work and come home and lay on the couch. But I'm like, how do you tell somebody that you've just met that without like I have this huge like I'm not trying to make it all about me. So
But
it's just
and the
like this
worst part
weird
is that you
filtering we have
probably
to do.
and the thing is also you probably actually want to go on that hike, right? I mean, I've always loved
I
hiking.
fucking hate hiking. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie to
Oh,
you. I
okay.
will
you have the
never sign up for
perfect
hiking.
excuse. You have the perfect
Then you've got the perfect
excuse.
excuse.
A hundred
I
Don't
just
percent.
even
love
worry.
hiking.
Yeah. And I think I've now realized why I hate hiking so much. I'm like, oh, that's why my body feels like that after a hike. I
Yeah.
was like,
Okay.
I can get that joy from a beach. Like sit me on a beach,
I don't get
the
flare ups
tricky
from like
teas.
flat surface walking.
Yeah,
No, okay. I do sometimes.
No, I don't.
I do
Unless, look,
lately.
I've got my period or something, then it's very
Right.
different, you know, but
Yeah.
otherwise I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I
That's good.
swimming, I'm fine with. Yeah.
any like climbing the stairs, flare up, walk around the
Oh, with
block,
stairs,
flare
I
up.
have it for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Any
same.
type of exercise, like just gentle
Mm.
stretching, that's pretty much all I can do right now. It's just so fucking frustrating. Because I'm like, I would love
How
to
about swimming?
um swimming.
Or are you not a swimmer?
Hmm,
Because
I'm
I've
like
always found it very like, because
I
it's
feel like
not
Chloe's not a
so.
swimmer if she can't answer the question. She's like,
I was like, how do I
hiking,
qualify being a
swimming,
swimmer?
well.
Do I love to be in the water? I love to be in the water. Do I love to try to be doing things in the water that equate to survival? Absolutely not. Will I go for a leisurely
Oh,
doggy
okay.
paddle and a float like this? 100%. Um,
Oh,
is
yeah.
I'm hoping that there's ways that I can like incorporate some movement with swimming, but the
Mm.
privacy piece is just so hard living in a small town. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
not trying to run into people in my fucking like I'm not
That's hard
trying to
then.
have these like I know that person. Don't look at me. I'm not here to be perceived. I refuse to go to a grocery store in public now without wearing headphones. I don't even have to be playing anything, but it's just a like I'll have like my
The
big
idea
chunky
of like, don't
headphones.
bother me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like make sure a cord is visible so there's absolutely no confusion. I was like, I don't need people debating if I have AirPods and trying to start a conversation. I will be playing nothing on my fucking phone and just being like, nope,
My God.
not today.
But do you like, okay, taking earphones, like I put in earphones because I'm also like, I don't know if you guys have the same. I'm very quickly overstimulated these days.
Yeah.
Like I was never before. Like going to the hairdresser today and even to two stores, and then we did grocery shopping. I came home and I felt like I'd done like a whole marathon. Like it
100%.
was
Yeah.
so over like stimulating, and I was like, which is not normal for me. I used to always go to
Mm.
like
But
busy
is it
people.
maybe because we've started excluding ourselves from things?
Yes,
So
Yeah,
the
and
probably
more and
combination.
more you exclude yourself, even
Yeah.
if I have a flare up for a week and I don't go out, I
mm-hmm.
find then going out, or even to the grocery store, even to do small things, very overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's necessarily because that's how I am as a person. I think I've retrained my brain. Okay, seclusion, this, that, for a particular period, and then you have to retrain it again, and then I get back exhausted.
So that could be definitely the case. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is really difficult. Yeah. How do
Mhm.
you like, because you can't really improve it because you isolate because you're in a flare, you're having pain. So I will never get used to being like social again, I guess.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work. Like I've always kind of been that way in public spaces. Like
Yeah.
my brain is also neurodivergent, so I'm like there's a lot of like sensory pieces that I have to just sort of like work against in order to operate in public. But in a flare up, it's so much worse. I think just like the nervous system is that much more heightened. And I will wear sunglasses in the grocery store without shame. I will put a
Mm.
hat and headphones on. So I think I've gotten to a place where I know what I need in order to be able to sustain in public and then come home and not feel like I've run an absolute marathon. So if there's like
Yeah.
little things that I need, like I'll put my little portable hot pack on. I'll make sure that I have like icy
Mhm.
water waiting for me in the car. And having somebody with me is key. I was like, if I
Oh,
am left to my own devices, like my partner comes with me, I was like, okay, we need to make this tactical. I will hold on to the grocery cart, white knuckling for dear life, and also so that I don't get distracted. And then he'll
yeah.
go and boop the things. But
Oh, I have the
it's
same process. Yeah.
yeah,
I hold on to
100%.
the cart.
I
Yeah.
must ask, how is it being, do you find it with your partner being antisocial? Like in general, in terms of friends, in terms of group events, how does he take it? Or they take
He
it?
we have the same energy style, which is amazing. I think if I was with
Okay.
I used to be with a really extroverted social person who would ignore my cues and my requests because his social need was greater than his caretaking need. I feel like in this relationship, it's definitely flipped. And yeah, my partner's so good about checking in. Like when we're out at social, we make like a game plan beforehand. We kind of decide like what time are we okay with. If it gets pushed a little bit, is that okay, yay or nay? And then he's just like so brilliant about wrapping it up. Like I've never been afraid of doing an Irish goodbye. I'll be like make eye contact with the host and be like, and so my friends are kind of used to just seeing me 1 minute and then I'm gone the next. But
Yeah.
I think that having a partner that doesn't push you to like overextend yourself in the social battle because he knows what the repercussions look like. I was like, if I do, then I'm out for the next couple of days. But also at the same time, he's good at doing the gentle nudge because he's kind of like maybe your mental health needs the connection with like our people right now. And it's okay if you can't feel like you show up at your very best. Like you can show up in a hoodie, you can show up with your hot pack. So I've also gotten a lot more comfortable just like showing up as I am around my friend group as I like get to know them a little bit better. But
Mhm.
yeah, how about you, Mick?
Yeah, so actually, this is similar to what you're saying. I had an ex who was very social and very like, yeah, had to do his thing and not really checking in. And now I have to say with Matt he's more introverted than I am. I'm actually always the social butterfly. I'm always the one talking. I need to connect with everybody. And he's kind of more the loner in a corner. So he doesn't really mind if we don't do a lot of things. He does, he checks in for sure. Like now he's always asking, like, also what he does, what I love, because I'm really bad, I'm a people pleaser, 100%. So when we're at a social event, if there's like not a lot of room to sit, I don't sit because I'm like,
Mm.
I'm not old, crippled, even though I should, because
Yeah.
I should sit. And then he'll look at me and he'll be like, you go sit. And I'll be like, no, no, I'm fine. And he knows when I say I'm fine, I'm not
No,
fine.
absolutely not.
So he finds a way to make sure that I then sit. And otherwise, if he'll just notice, like when I start doing things like this, and
Hmm.
he knows I'm uncomfortable, and then he'll be like, okay, we're gonna go. So
Hmm.
he's very considerate indeed. But what annoys me is that I'm a social butterfly and I miss that a little bit.
Yeah.
And when I meet people, like we talked about this, I think last time already, like you guys have the same. People always talk to you. I have the same. People always talk to me. And I can't not talk. I always want to then just interact with someone. But it's so exhausting afterwards.
100%.
But my patience
Yeah.
is becoming smaller and smaller and smaller, but not
Mm.
because I want to be a bitch, because I think I'm beginning to isolate myself more and more throughout
Hmm.
the years. So when
Yeah.
I do
And
come in
you
contact
have
with
to.
someone,
Mm.
I'm like, okay, even if I don't want to, like I'm into it for the first 10, 15 minutes, great.
Hmm.
Then I'm like, right, guys, this is a lot now, and then I feel like a
Right.
dick. I feel like a dick, but it's
Yeah.
not their fault.
Hmm.
And it's just,
Yeah.
yeah, shitty
Yeah.
situation to be in.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's so complicated because you kind of have to decide like how much do I really want to share, how much am I comfortable with people just like assuming, and then do I want to correct that assumption. And it's
Mhm.
like I also find myself like really falling into people pleasing tendencies, and it tends
Mm.
like I tend to over explain things or really downplay
Mm.
things. But then as soon as like, and we were just having this conversation last night because we came home from this birthday party and I was like, I feel like I overshared the whole fucking time. I feel like I only talked about my endo and like how hard my job is. And I don't want that to be my interactions with my friends. Like I want to talk about other fun, joyful things, but it's like
I
this really
made,
tricky balance of like vulnerable, being honest, because and my partner's like, they genuinely care. They're asking because they care about you. And like you talking about it also like gives them space to talk about what they're going through. That's hard. And I was like, I worry that it's flipped the other way. Like I talk too much and then it's making them feel like they can't also talk about it. And I even noticed like one of my friends kind of like downplaying what she was going through, being like, oh, it's nowhere near what you deal with. And I was like, full stop.
Mm.
Stop. It's all relative. If you are dealing with anything that's hard on your body, that is hard for you, that is hard for your body. There's no such thing as bad as me or as hard as me. Everyone's is different. But like, holy
Yeah.
moly, maybe we can talk about how to talk about that with your doctor instead. Because like, hey, girlfriend, that's super not normal.
I kind of made a conscious decision a while ago that I wouldn't talk about it all the time, so it wouldn't absorb my entire life.
Yeah.
Because the more I talk about it and the more I go on, the more then I'm like, Jane, I am endometriosis, opposed
Totally.
to it just being an aspect. I have endometriosis, and
Totally.
then it also does become the main topic amongst people who don't understand the same way I wouldn't understand if somebody was going on and on and on about some sort of other disease. Of
Yeah.
course, check in, have good conversations when needed or when things are
Hmm.
really bad. I've got my friends to talk to, but otherwise, I'm like, for myself, I was like, just try limit it. Otherwise,
Hmm.
I'm just going to be a disease and nothing else,
Yeah.
and I don't, when things are bad, that's what I want to be in my mind. I'm like, oh, this is it. This is all I am. But when
Yeah,
things are kind of
totally.
okay, having flare ups every now and then, I'm like, okay, then I don't talk about it to anyone
Yeah.
because right now I don't need to, you
Hmm.
know.
No, that's so true.
Yeah.
I just,
But that's
that
just
really
my
can.
my thing. Do you know what I mean? It's just
Oh,
the
I
way I
agree with
feel
you.
like that is
Me
kind of
too.
helping, especially mentally.
Yeah, 100%. And I think I totally hear what you're saying. I find when I'm in a flare up, it's so hard to get out of that headspace to be like, hey, girlfriend, there's other things too. There's other
Yeah.
good
No,
things
it's
too.
difficult. Like
But
my
it's so
aunt was like, "Oh,
hard.
you haven't been in pain for a while now." And I was like, "I'm always in pain."
Yeah, just
Just
because I'm
wait,
not
wait, wait. This
talking
is a
Yeah.
about it.
constant thing. Just because
Yeah.
I'm not talking
Yeah.
about it, it doesn't
Hmm.
mean it's
Yeah.
not there. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah.
100%. And
You
that's
know.
like, that's always the really challenging part. And I find this like really socially challenging. People, how are you doing? And I'm just like,
Mm.
my best.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Friends
it's
do
just
that
yeah.
too.
But also,
Friends.
like if I
Yeah.
tell
Friends.
people the truth about how I'm doing all the time, they'll be like,
Yeah.
"Wow, this is
Exactly.
not cool. This poor girl needs to be like euthanized."
Yeah,
You know,
literally.
like I,
I was like, how honest do you want me to be right now? Do you want the socially acceptable answer? Do you want the close friend answer? Or do you want the like, I am just
She
asking you
needs
to
to
be
be put
polite?
down, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Or I'm gonna sign
It's
your
not
euthanasia letter for
mess
you and just
up.
like help them move along the process. Yeah, I try. It's such a tricky question to answer. And sometimes I just don't know what to do. So I just do an earthworm at them. And I just go like
Yeah.
that. And my really good friends know, like, okay, heard. How's Joby doing? They can like switch the topic, but it's so awkward to do with new people.
Yes. Well, even though like I agree completely with what Jane's saying, how, you don't want it to become like part of your identity. On the other hand, everything in life we do, like looking for a job, having a
Mm-hmm.
job, being in a relationship, friendships, it all does still like we always have to consider, and it's always playing
Yeah,
that we have endo.
totally.
Yeah.
So it's so hard to then be like, it's not part of my identity, it's not part of my identity, but actually it does control basically all of my life.
Like me looking for jobs now, thinking if I have to do a trial day, I hope I don't have my period. I
Totally.
hope I don't have
Exactly.
a flare up. I
Mm-hmm.
hope, I hope, I hope. And I'm like, oh shit,
Mm-hmm. The
Yeah.
like, and I think that also really contributes to the mental exhaustion, the way that we have to forward plan and anticipate. And then, even yet, still, we can have the best laid plans, we can have the best systems in place, and you just never know what you're going to wake up to. Well, then you also have to deal with this like tension of how you're being perceived, because on the outside,
Mhm.
like, if I
You
can,
look
if
normal and
you
yeah.
look normal, right? And like a lot of people at work don't know what's happening. They might
Mhm.
see me like walking a little funny down the hall and just be like, oh, her shoes must be weird today. I don't know. But there's like so much invisible load that we take on as women, and then just be trying to keep up with the demands of a chronic illness that it takes up so much space in your life without trying to let it be in the driver's seat is just so fucking hard to just
mm-hmm.
be like,
Yeah.
no, you are part of me. But it just like, it takes up so much space sometimes, which is also, I'm so grateful for this, because I feel like it's a place for us to be like, wow, we can talk about all of these things that are so frustrating. And then I feel like it gives
Yeah.
me a little bit more breathing room to talk about other things with like my other people.
That's exactly what I was thinking. So it's great to kind of have one another and be able to talk and not be like, oh, it's all about me. It's all about my, because we all have the same problem and we're all
Totally.
going through
Yeah.
the same thing. And, we're in a relatable situation and we can bitch and moan as much as we want because that's the
100%.
whole point
Yes.
of this,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Exactly. And like it's really hard to bring up the feelings of having like a devil in your womb and a lightning rod up your asshole in your like social acquaintance groups. But with you guys, it's super easy. Like that's like,
Yeah.
I'm
And
unfazed.
that's why I can say to you guys that I sometimes think I want to cancel my wedding just because I don't know how I'm going to feel that day,
That is so
exactly. My
valid.
anal pain has been unreal recently before I need the toilet. Like, I'm just like,
Yeah.
Oh
this
shit.
sharp pain. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
what is this?
Right? What
Yeah.
is this? Why
Yeah.
Oh,
is this happening? 100%. I had a friend be like, how are things going? I was like, well, I tend to be projectile vomiting as if I'm having an exorcism every morning. And then there seems to be some sort of rabid squirrel who is playing dodgeball with my left ovary. And other than that, we are just out here doing our best. Like, how is your job in sales and marketing going?
oh gosh, yeah.
All right, so that got really real. And the conversation got very long, so we decided that we were going to split it in 3 parts. So you just finished listening to the first part, and we're going to get ready for the second part.